Hello, dear viewers. This is Babikar Muhammad from the Brwon land. Today, we begin with our top stories with 739 Sudanese refugees returned from Ethiopia. The United Nations announced the return of 739 Sudanese refugees from Ethiopia to the Kurmuk area in the Blue Nile state. According to a report by the United Nations Office for Humanitarian Affairs, the return of Sudanese refugees from Ethiopia to the Kurmuk area happened after the military advance in the Tungu refugee camp. Since the beginning of last February, Brwon receives a message from Salva Kiir. President of the Transitional Sovereignty Council, General Al-Fattah al-Burhan, received a message from the President of the Republic of South Sudan, Salva Kiir Mayardit, dealing with the implementation of the articles of the Juba Reactivated Agreement, as Sudan is considered the guarantor of the agreement. This came when the TSC president received at his office in the Republican Palace the advisor of the President of the Republic of South Sudan for Security Affairs, Tod Galwa.
Today we met with General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, President of the Transitional Sovereignty Council, and forwarded the message of the President of South Sudan, Salva Kiir Mayardit, as well as giving advice on achieving the Juba Peace Agreement.
Al-Burhan issues a new decision. President of the Transitional Sovereignty Council issued a decision appointing the employees of the Special Qualification Course as officers of the armed forces. This came at the graduation activities of the Class Forces Institute officers of the Special Qualification Course number 6. The graduation was attended by Deputy Chief of Staff for Training and in the presence of the leader of the armed forces, employees of the institute, and families of the graduate. Daglo receives response of the government of South Sudan to peace agreement proposal. Vice President of the Transitional Sovereignty Council, Lieutenant General Mohammed Hamdan Daglo, met in his office the advisor to the President of the Republic of South Sudan for Security Affairs, Mr. Tod Galwa. Galwa announced in a press statement that he handed over to Daglo the response of the President of the Republic of South Sudan, Lieutenant General Salva Kiir Mayardit, to the proposal submitted by the Mechanism for Implementing the South Sudan Peace Agreement, headed by Lieutenant General Daglo, concerning the integration of the high military leadership in the South and the graduation of forces, pointing out that his country's government has allocated sites for the military forces of the parties to the peace and handed them over the government of Sudan.
We have done present a proposal from the South Sudan government to bring peace and merging of Sudan forces.
Minister of Justice heads to Geneva. Minister of Justice in charge, Maulana Mohammed Saeed Al-Hilu, left this morning for Geneva to participate in the activities of the 49th session of the Human Rights and International Humanitarian Law. Rapporteur of the National Human Rights Mechanism at the Ministry of Justice, Maulana Juma, Deputy Al-Aisar, Councillor Hamdi Al-Tahir, and representative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Dr. Jibril meets French envoy for Horn of Africa. Minister of Finance and Economic Planning, Dr. Jibril Ibrahim, met the French envoy for the Horn of Africa, Ambassador Frederick Clavier, in presence of the Director of East African Mission. The meeting discussed Sudan's democratic transition and ways of the Sudanese government to reach decisions in the interest of people and to strengthen the Juba Peace Agreement. Dr. Selma gets acquainted on NPPC performance. Member of the Transitional Sovereignty Council, Dr. Selma Abdul Jabbar Al-Mubarak, has gotten acquainted with the performance of the National Press and Publications Council and issues related to the current and future of the media institutions. This came when Dr. Selma received at the Republican Palace the Secretary General of the Press and Publications Council, Dr. Abdul Azim Awad. Central Bank of Sudan meets all its clients' foreign exchange requests. The Central Bank of Sudan has said that it has met all requests submitted by banks on set time by allocating foreign exchange in full to them. The central bank affirmed in a press statement that it would continue to receive requests from the banks and meet them in support of the stability of the foreign exchange market. That's all for today. Thank you all for watching The Brown Land. For more developing stories, please do visit our website. Thank you and goodbye.